Betestify lapha kuMadlanga Commission kusongo ngolesithathu nangolwesine osukwini la izolo uthi uzoqhubeka namuhla till kuze kushaye 11 uFadil Adams oyileader yeNCC okuyi-National Coloured Congress uyi-Member of Parliament useva kwi-Portfolio Committee yamaphoyisa. Njengoba ku-Adams beka testify lapha ya ke wavela umngani ka General Shadrack Sibiya esamazi esaqala ukumazi ngoGeneral Khumalo isikhathi ayikhuluma ngaye ethi ngesikhathi uGeneral Sibiya wayivele eParliament wayihamba nayo le ndoda le okungu Skenik ya ifa ngimbizanga kabi kodwa yena isibongo sakhe ngathi sisho njalo uthi uSkenik. Njengoba bekhuluma noAdams la ukusuka kwakhe la uye walanda enye journalist wayikhomba ngeminwe ke kuyivideo le njengaledlala la ku screen sakho awuwezwa amagama ukuthi athini kodwa kwivideo engizokucaphunela yona uzomuza ukuthi uthini mayikhuluma nale journalist iloko kholele ekutheni le journalist iziyomvulela icala ngicela uzwe la.
How are you?
Posting stuff on TikTok for me.
Yeah, we had minimum
Recording us without asking. You did the same thing yesterday. It's you. Yesterday you did it. Why don't you ask me? Why don't you ask me on TikTok? Yes, I've got it. I don't have my phone. It's you. It's you. Yeah.
How? I don't know TikTok.
No, if you don't ask. If you don't ask.
No, why don't you give me your link there? TikTok. Where does it come outside? Where's TikTok?
Ngobuzwa ke le ndoda ikhala ukuthi lo uthatha izithombe zakhe namavideo ngaphandle kwemvume yakhe bese aziposta ku TikTok. I-journalist ke bayibuzile kamanye ama-journalist ukuze ichaze kahle kahle okuyikona okwenzekile ikuphi yayisiphendula kanje.
They can take my videos and they can talk about whatever they want to talk about without us invading their privacy. And then he comes to me and says, why are you taking a video of me? I'm like, we're in the building, so I'm going to take a video of everything unless the commission states otherwise to say, you can't take this, and we always respect it. So after that, he's like, even yesterday he posted it on TikTok. I'm like, I don't have TikTok currently. Can you show me that video where you say I posted you? And he's like, no, it's you, I saw you. And I'm like, I don't have TikTok. Show me where I posted you. And he's like, oh, you want to talk like that? Let's take it outside. You know, that let's take it outside. We all know what it can be interpreted as. And then I hear after this altercation, he went outside and he spoke to someone and told him that he actually wanted to beat me up. So yeah, I felt intimidated, and even his tone when we engaged on that. And I think even if he had approached me to say, can you kindly stop taking video of me, maybe I would have respected. It's a small gesture that I could have done for him, but for him to say, you can't take a video of me without my permission, and I tried to tell him that we are taking videos because we are allowed to take videos here, and we're allowed to take pictures unless the commission states otherwise. And now that let's take it outside, that became intimidation.
Okay. How did you go about opening that particular case?
So I approached the commission spokesperson, told him about the events that had just happened, and I was connected to a police officer who then assisted me to open a criminal case.
Okay. And during the lunch break, also in our presence as the media, we did see Mr. Scanis again approaching you, indicating, asking you basically if you were afraid of him, and also going so far as to indicate that I'm not part of the Big Five cartel. You should not be afraid of me. How did you receive those utterances from Mr. Scanis?
You know, it's a bit scary because we've had the allegations against the alleged members of the Big Five, and for him to say I'm not part of that, I don't know why he was drawing an inference to the Big Five. Maybe he will explain at a later stage when the investigation unfolds. But it was intimidating and scary for someone to say I'm not a member of the Big Five cartel, and there was no question posed to me. You saw what happened. He came to us and asked to speak to me, and I'm like, I'm not going to speak to you because of what happened, because I still feel intimidated by what happened earlier on. And him referencing the Big Five, I was still shocked, and yeah, it was a bit scary for him to mention it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sowetan Live released a media statement. It reads as follows. The Sowetan is appalled by the unacceptable conduct of Stuart James Skernick, who threatened and intimidated our reporter, Herman Moloi, who is covering the Madlanga Commission from the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. We condemn this behavior in the strongest terms. A complaint has been laid with the Commission regarding the incident, and a case has been opened with the police. Threats against journalists are a threat against democracy. Journalists must be free to report on matters of public interest without fear, threats, or harassment. A threat against a journalist does not only affect the individual, but also adversely impact the public's right to know. We call on all law enforcement to act swiftly against the perpetrator to protect media freedom. By editor Sibongakonke Shoba.
Shoot it now, shoot it now. Take it now, take it now, take it now. Please ad-lib.
Yes, you can
After
see
this
there.
case was opened. After this case was opened, come to Stadium. After the
That's why to then Mr. Menmoi
cops are taking him.
to take him.
Njengoba ubona la ubeboshwa ke kule video ibonayo. Fikile ke PKTT yazomcaphuna njengoba le ndoda ibimvulela icase. Ngokujwayelekile umuntu mayeboshwe njengoba eboshwe izolo namuhla funeka uvele enkantolo. Lapho ezochargewa khona formally sizozwa nokuthi ama charges wakhona athini kwenzakalani. Angeke ke ngiphawule okuningi nalolu daba ngoba usazovela phambi kwenkantolo. Ngifisa ke ukucaphunela ivideo ka spokesperson eCommission okuJeremy Michaels uze ukuthi utshena uthini. Ikhona ivideo engiyibonile ngithe ngiyayicinga manje ngayithola yakhe uSkernick lo echaza ukuthi ufuna ukuyovula icase against uGeneral Dumisani Khumalo. Kodwa ke sobuye sikhulume ngayo kwenye video.
Well, Kenny, I speak on behalf of the entire Commission. Clearly, as I've said, any such incident is unacceptable to the Commission. We expect a particular conduct from anyone in attendance at the Commission. And we know that, and we have said it on numerous occasions, that the media plays a very important role in conveying the proceedings of this Commission to the South African public and indeed many other parts of the world. And so the role that the media plays and that journalists play is critically important, not only for the Commission, but for the public to see, to understand, and we know that journalists have played a really important role in helping the public to understand the proceedings of the Commission, which can be quite complex most of the time. So whilst there is a live stream feed provided by the Commission free of charge through many, many platforms, including the Commission's own YouTube channel, in addition to that, journalists who are in attendance here every day play a critically important role in unpacking for the public and conveying particular messages on behalf of the Commission outside of the proceedings as we are doing now. So we expect that journalists will be respected in executing their duties. The media has a constitutional right to do so, and so certainly that sort of conduct towards journalists in particular now is not acceptable.